at affordable and reasonable price. We have estates in different places: Arium Estate, Abidjan, Lekki, Green Island, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate, Lekki, Peninsula Home Phase 2, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate Phase 3, Lekki. All these and more are our estate with good roads, maximum security, buildings with good structure and well planned. And as far as Ibeju Lekki have good future, you too can come and plan to have your own company. Refineries under construction, Lagos State Smart City, Lekki Free Trade Zone and Lekki Deep Seaport is under construction at Ibeju Lekki International Airport. 60 different Chinese companies, Fort Milan Bridge, Ibeju Lekki Shoprite and so on. Commercially and industrially, Ibeju Lekki will be great and conducive place for everybody. Come and get your own property at Aspire Heights Creator. Come directly to our office at H56 57 Ikota Shopping Complex, VGC, Lekki Epe Expressway, Ajah, or call Mr. Adeniyi and get your own property at Aspire Heights Creator. Come directly to our office at H56 57 Ikota Shopping Complex, VGC, Lekki Epe Expressway, Ajah, or call Mr. Adeniyi on this number 09070995466 or 08052894614. Aspire Heights Creator says get your properties at affordable prices. Yeah.
Aspire Heights Creator is here for me.
Oh, yes.
Everybody listening, oh. Real estate and land agent with 100% guarantee. Aspire Heights Creator, now you be baba.
Oh yes, buy land, buy house, lease and rent houses or land with ease at Ibeju Lekki and its environs at Aspire Heights Creator at affordable and reasonable price. We have estates in different places: Arium Estate, Abidjan, Lekki, Green Island, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate, Lekki, Peninsula Home Phase 2, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate Phase 3, Lekki. All these and more are our estate with good roads, maximum security, buildings with good structure and well planned. And as far as Ibeju Lekki have good future, you too can come and plan to have your own company. Refineries under construction, Lagos State Smart City, Lekki Free Trade Zone and Lekki Deep Seaport is under construction at Ibeju Lekki International Airport. 60 different Chinese companies, Fort Milan Bridge, Ibeju Lekki Shoprite and so on. Commercially and industrially, Ibeju Lekki will be great and conducive place for everybody. Come and get your own property at Aspire Heights Creator. Come directly to our office at H56 57 Ikota Shopping Complex, VGC, Lekki Epe Expressway, Ajah, or call Mr. Adeniyi on this number 09070995466 or 08052894614. Aspire Heights Creator says get your properties at affordable prices. Yeah.
Aspire Heights Creator is here for me.
Oh, yes.
Everybody listening, oh. Real estate and land agent with 100% guarantee. Aspire Heights Creator, now you be baba.
Oh yes, buy land, buy house, lease and rent houses or land with ease at Ibeju Lekki and its environs at Aspire Heights Creator at affordable and reasonable price. We have estates in different places: Arium Estate, Abidjan, Lekki, Green Island, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate, Lekki, Peninsula Home Phase 2, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate Phase 3, Lekki. All these and more are our estate with good roads, maximum security, buildings with good structure and well planned. And as far as Ibeju Lekki have good future, you too can come and plan to have your own company. Refineries under construction, Lagos State Smart City, Lekki Free Trade Zone and Lekki Deep Seaport is under construction at Ibeju Lekki International Airport. 60 different Chinese companies, Fort Milan Bridge, Ibeju Lekki Shoprite and so on. Commercially and industrially, Ibeju Lekki will be great and conducive place for everybody. Come Come and get your own property at Aspire Heights Creator. Come directly to our office at H56 57 Ikota Shopping Complex, VGC, Lekki Epe Expressway, Ajah, or call Mr. Adeniyi on this number 09070995466 or 08052894614. Aspire Heights Creator says get your properties at affordable prices. Yeah.
Aspire Heights Creator is here for me.
Oh yes.
Everybody listening, oh. Real estate and land agents with 100% guarantee. Aspire Heights Creator, now you be baba.
Oh yes, buy land, buy house, lease and rent houses or land with ease at Ibeju Lekki and its environs at Aspire Heights Creator at affordable and reasonable price. We have estates in different places: Arium Estate, Abidjan, Lekki, Green Island, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate, Lekki, Peninsula Home Phase 2, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate Phase 3, Lekki. All this and more are our estates with good roads, maximum security, buildings with good structure and well planned. And as far as Ibeju Lekki have good future, you too can come and plan to have your own company. Refineries under construction, Lagos State Smart City, Lekki Free Trade Zone and Lekki Deep Seaport is under construction at Ibeju Lekki International Airport. 60 different Chinese companies, Fort Milan Bridge, Ibeju Lekki ShopRite and so on. Commercially and industrially, Ibeju Lekki will be great and conducive place for everybody. Come and get your own property at Aspire Heights Creator. Come directly to our office at H56 57 Ikota Shopping Complex, VGC, Lekki Epe Expressway, Ajah, or call Mr. Adeniyi on this number 09070995466 or 08052894614. Aspire Heights Creator says get your properties at affordable prices. Yeah.
Aspire Heights Creator is here for me.
Oh yes.
Everybody listening, oh. Real estate and land agents with 100% guarantee. Aspire Heights Creator, now you be baba.
Oh yes, buy land, buy house, lease and rent houses or land with ease at
Bígì ẹlẹ́sọ̀ láàrin gan, ṣílẹ̀kùn fún mi o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́lùfẹ́ mi rí ọ láàrin ọkùnrin, ṣílẹ̀kùn fún mi o. Mo fayọ̀ ńlá jókòó lábẹ́ igi ìfẹ́ rẹ̀, ṣílẹ̀kùn fún mi o. Èso rẹ̀ ó sì dùn mọ́ mi lẹ́nu, ṣílẹ̀kùn fún mi o. Ìwọ la dára bí ọjọ́ olólùfẹ́ mi, ṣílẹ̀kùn fún mi o. Ó tutù bí àdàbà olówó orí mi o, ṣílẹ̀kùn fún mi o. Nínú ọkàn mi, ṣílẹ̀kùn fún mi o. Ìdúró rẹ̀ dàbí igi ọsàn eléso ọ̀tọ̀kan, ṣílẹ̀kùn fún mi o. Ìwọ lẹni tọkàn mi fẹ́ ó tọkàn mi yọ, ṣílẹ̀kùn fún mi o. Ṣílẹ̀kùn fún mi o, mo fẹ́ wọlé sínú ọkàn ẹ, ṣílẹ̀kùn fún mi o. Mo fẹ́ ọmọ ìjàlè, mo fẹ́ olólùfẹ́ mi. Mo fẹ́ ọmọ ìhànnì, mo fẹ́ oyin ìfẹ́ mi. Ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ tí kò sí mi lórí wọnú ọkàn mi. Ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ tí kò sí mi lórí wọnú ọkàn mi lọ. Má fi ìfẹ́ pamọ́ fún mi olólùfẹ́. ní ìrẹ́pọ̀ ká wà ní ìṣọ̀kan ká dẹ̀ tún fìfẹ́ hàn lórí àwọn ọmọ wa àní ká dẹ̀ tún fìfẹ́ hàn lórí àwọn ọmọ wa ká má má ṣe gbèsù láyé nínú ilé wa ká má má ṣe gbèsù láyé nínú ilé wa. Olólùfẹ́ mi o olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi olólùfẹ́ mi olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi adúmáradá olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi èyí fún jọ̀wọ́ olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi ìwọ lẹni tọkàn mi fẹ́ o tọkàn mi yàn o tèmi adára bí ọjọ́ olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi dúró tì mí o olólùfẹ́ má ṣe gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ gan olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi òdòdó títàn náà olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi sweetheart yẹ olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi I love you tẹ́lí olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi ìfẹ́ rẹ lọ́kàn mi ó dàbí oró ọ̀fà o tèmi ìfẹ́ rẹ lọ́kàn mi dàbí oró ọ̀fà o tèmi fẹnu kò mí lẹ́nu olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi ó fẹnu kò mí lẹ́nu olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi jẹ́ ká ṣeré ìfẹ́ olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi má ṣe gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ kan yé olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi àdúró tì mí olólùfẹ́ mi o tèmi. Mo rohun tó dùn joyin lọ ìfẹ́ mà ní. Mo rohun tó dùn joyin lọ ìfẹ́ mà ní. Olólùfẹ́ mo fẹ́ ọ jọ̀wọ́ fẹ́ràn mi. Ìfẹ́ wa jáde tú ọ káyé má lè tú. Mo rohun tó dùn joyin lọ ìfẹ́ mà ní. Ìfẹ́ mà ní o. Dùn joyin lọ ìfẹ́ mà ní. Ìfẹ́ mà ní yé. Olólùfẹ́ mo fẹ́ ọ jọ̀wọ́ fẹ́ràn mi. Ìfẹ́ wa jáde tú ọ káyé.
To our program for today, Women of Valor. First of all, I want to apologize for last week that we're not on air, but and today also because this program we normally have in the hours of 4:30 to 5:30, but due to one reason or the other, we were not able to make it at that time today. But I still want to appreciate you for taking time to join us. Focus our mind as women of valor. How do we rebuild trust in our home, with our children and with our husband, our fiancés, our partners, and etc. I would like, first of all, to appreciate and thank the people that are already online with me. I would like to thank my friend from when we were young, from School of Nursing, Yomi Olatiwon. Thank you very much for watching all the way from America. I want to thank Omofala Shade Adeosun. Thank you for joining us on this program. Mr. Adolapo Awolese, thank you, brother, for joining us. Mr. Adeoye Adelani, thank you for joining us. Mr. Team Connection Music, our own very Obaori, thank you for joining us on this program today. And Mr. Adeoye Adelani said, hello, Yinka, this is great. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining us. First of all, I would like to define what trust means. Trust can be defined as firm belief in the reliability, truth, or ability of someone or something. Firm belief in the reliability and truth, meaning if someone is reliable or they're very truthful or in their ability or doing, and they're free from suspicion, freedom of suspicion, that is when you can say you trust someone, or that is when trust can actually be effective. Now, I would like to discuss things that can bring about mistrust in our home. We have things like, maybe, like the definition says, reliability and truth. So, first of all, if you want to check the aspect of reliability, if you find out your husband or your partner is not reliable in certain ways, you will not be able to trust them. Maybe as to sometimes you ask them to pick up the children from school, and they kind of like they just forgot to go to do that, and you have to be called by the school that your child is still at school. You find your husband to be unreliable, and you will lose the trust. It's not only about our husband that we can exercise the reliability. Also, if we have children that are of age, that we entrust certain things in their hand to do, and they fail to accomplish this that we have entrusted them to do, then we find them to be unreliable. And then when such task comes up next time, then we will be very reluctant to let them to do this task. But we want to discuss generally how we're going to be able to rebuild this trust in our home, generally, not just necessarily with our husband. Also, other areas where women, we found their husband or partner to be untrustworthy is in the area which is, truthful. Like if your husband or your partner tells lies, too much of lies, you will find it hard to trust them, because if you have realized many times and on many occasions that everything that they said is, it's all is lies, and that they try to, there's a saying that if you tell one lie, you need 10 of it to kind of cover just one lie that you have just told. So if you find your husband to lie too often, then you will have issue of trust in your home. And also, we also talk about the definition of trust being freedom of suspicion. Like if you're free of if you're suspecting your husband or your partner all the time, that means there is an issue of trust there. And there are certain things that can bring about this, maybe, and I'll just mention a few examples of situations that make women to be suspicious of their husband in the home or their partners. Maybe you kind of at some point stumble on your husband's phone, and you come across certain texts that are not, you feel are not meant to be there. This can bring about issue of mistrust in your relationship. And maybe you find some, women, as said in the past, they find the packet of condoms in their husband's, belongings. Maybe they're trying to do the laundry, and this will bring about questioning of their truthfulness in the relationship and the reliability in the marriage. So these are kind of some of issues that women, or maybe your husband is the one that received late night calls, or your partner received late night calls. You want to wonder, even if it's work related, you sometimes will even be suspicious to say maybe there are girls that are calling, or maybe you think your partner is too or overprotective of their telephone. Someone was sharing recently that the husband will always put the telephone right underneath the pillow and make sure that he put his head right on top of the pillow, or he would take it from the pillow and write in the pocket that he never parted with the phone. And she was wondering, I think there must be something going on, because why would it be so, protective of the telephone? Things like this will make a woman to be suspicious. And in terms of our children as well, at home, as women of valor, we can be suspicious of them in the areas when you know that your son or your daughter normally will come home at certain time of the day, and all of a sudden they started changing the time by which they come in, and they're coming in like late hours, say 12 midnight, 1 a.m. Sometimes you have slept, you don't even know the time that they come into the house. This will make you, as a mother, as a woman of valor, to kind of be suspicious, to wanting to find out why is this child coming home at this time of the night. And also, if your children started moving with certain group of people that you are not happy with, maybe with the mode by which they dress, or or you see them ganging around or hanging in the estate, smoking and stuff like that. Even if you think your child does not smoke, it can make you to be suspicious of your own child, that maybe he or she is only hiding from you, and that maybe they are also indulging in such practices. So as a woman of valor, how do we rebuild trust back in our relationships with our husband, with our partner, with our children, even sometimes even with our siblings? Maybe you have a brother or a sister that have betrayed your trust, and that maybe you send some money to some people to do certain things for you, and then you find out that the money was spent not on what you've asked the money to be spent on, and the money was actually used for something else. There will be a breach of trust in this kind of relationship. So how do we now, rebuild trust in our relationship? I first of all want us to know that in case of the children ones, let's talk about our children first. If you know your child is taking wrong steps in the wrong direction that you are not happy with, the first element in any situation to rebuild trust in your home is communication. You need to call your child, you need to speak to them, you need to find out the reason, because if you don't find out the reason why, not in a fighting mode, not in a anger mode, because sometimes women tend to want to do things in a very harsh way. There was a post on the Facebook recently where they said how mothers will react to situations, and all of the things that was posted was all about harshness, about harsh words, and being very I won't call it unreasonable, but the words that were coming out, they were not very encouraging to young people. So the best approach is to call the individual, to ask them the reason why they have, don't leave it until it happens the second or the third time. The first time you realize something that is wrong with your children in your home, with your husband, with your partner, that is the time to address it. Don't leave it to say, maybe it won't happen again, or you overlook it. Don't overlook things like that. When you know something has gone wrong or something has happened, it is best that you call the person and talk to them. You need to find out the reason why your child is coming home late now rather than the time that he or she normally comes in. And when they tell you this information, at first you might not get anywhere, but persistently with love, they will know that you really, have their best interest at heart. You need to let them know the disadvantages, the reason why you are concerned, and why they needed to be good. Because, abroad now, I would say like in Nigeria or like African countries, you don't necessarily have to do what we call a DBS, which is like a criminal record check before you get a job. But in overseas like United Kingdom, European countries, and American, you have to do a criminal check to see what you've been up to in your life for certain job, to be able to do certain jobs. So these are some of the things that we can use to encourage our children, because it's not just all about that they commit the offense. It's about even them being in association with the people that committed the offense. If they are hanging around with or hanging out with wrong people, when they are caught, all of them will have something to say, either conspiracy to this and that in their DBS. And this can actually limit where a child will go in life. It can actually, limit and damage their future. There are certain things that they cannot do. I know of a young person that the mom was taking an advice because the child had something written on their record, and would have loved the child to be on the company's house as a director and this and that, but because this business, they will need to apply to certain areas which all the directors will have to be DBS checked and things like that. But because of this child cannot be put on this record. Even now they're grown. But so these are some of the examples that we need to use to encourage our children to not limit themselves and not to see whatever the circumstances that is making them or is taking them to behave the way they're behaving at the present time, not to look at that situation, but to think of their future and what they want to become. And as a woman of valor, it is always good that we call our children every now and again, ask them about their future, ask them about what they're thinking about their future. What are they planning to become in life? What is their aspiration? What are they thinking? You need to know their ambitions so you can encourage them, so that you can use even some of the things that they have said and, to kind of encourage them when they start to go in the wrong direction. And if you talk to your child and you see that they are not being ambitious at all, you will know which area you need to start to talk to them on. You will know where to. You don't leave a child until they finish, primary and secondary school before you start to talk to them. Start from when they are in primary school. Some children, they know, they're focused from they are like they can talk. They will tell you, I want to become this, I want to be this, I want to be that. Ask them the reason why they want to do this or be that. Maybe they have enough reason, maybe they don't even have enough, information. Then you can encourage them if it's something good, if it's something that is not good. But every child, I believe, must be encouraged to have an ambition of certain degree. And when your child has told you what is making them to be late, or you're trying to separate them from certain group or from certain character so you can build up the trust. Some parents, they don't trust their children. They can't leave money around even in their own house because they don't trust their children. It shouldn't be that. You should be able to trust your children around your money, because if you can't trust your children around your money, how would you be able to know that that child is going to go out to work and is not going to see a colleague's purse or bag and take anything from it? And if your child has got an issue with theft, you need to support them. There are helps, all over, in various places. There are different helps that we can seek for our family, for our children, and so that we can rebuild trust back in our relationship with them, which we go a long way. And I tell the majority of children that have got criminal records, they completely lost it and go the wrong way because they know that their parent has lost trust and confidence in them. So they see no reason to try. But even if a child is doing something that is wrong, you still want to support them. You still want to encourage, not supporting them to continue to do wrong, but you want to encourage them and show them the support that you are there for them to do good. And as long as you lay down your reason and let them see, realize, show them good examples of people that have been successful in life, and that if they have done this, would they have achieved this and that. This will make, them to go a long way. And once they know that you have not lost the confidence and trust in them, it will encourage and boost their morale to do even more. And they can become reliable again and be truthful. And another thing with with being truthful is we don't pamper or encourage children to tell lies. Some parents or mothers, we even teach our children to tell lies. Maybe if our phone is ringing and we don't want to answer the call, we ask our children to pick the phone, tell the person there that I am, I've gone out or something and I forgot my phone at home. You might think it's a little thing, but this is how it started. All you're telling that child is it is okay to lie. And if you give a child to go a yard, they will go miles. So they will always build on whatever knowledge. Just come to think of it, we have built on our parents, whatever our parents have imparted on our life, we have built on it, and we are trying to teach our children even more. The same way, if you teach your child how to lie, they will become a very, good liar, and they will be experts in telling lies. And when you begin to tell lies, it could affect so many things. It could affect their relationship in the future because they will not see any bad in telling lies. Some even think telling lie is a norm because that is what they're used to, that is what they're accustomed to. And this can always cause so much damages in the life of an individual, be it a man or a woman. Before I move forward, I would also like to recognize my sister, the CEO of KGC, Ricky Shito. Thank you for joining us on this program. Mr. Adelani said the streaming is slow, the network service is poor over here. I'll be joining you in the future program. Good night from me from Ogun State in Nigeria. Thank you, Mr. Adelani. Mr. Prince Adwa is watching. Mr. Alufa Eri Bukumi is watching as well. Sister Dopsidami is watching, and Benny Abu. While I look the new looks. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Benedict Abu. Now if you want to talk of some of the reasons why women do find it difficult to trust their husband, like we explained earlier, is sometimes maybe you find something that that is not meant to be, like maybe you stumble across some text messages and stuff like that. While on that aspect, I will quickly branch and touch on women of valor, sometimes because it has come up in a women program one time when women were discussing, I was part of this program as well, were discussing about checking their husband's phone just to check whether they are committed as they promised, or as they said they, or as they pretend to be, or as they act to be committed. And if they find something that is very distrustful, this can cause a lot of issue. But the argument then was, is it even worth it for women to go snooping and checking their husband's phone? And the majority said it is okay, because that is the only way where you can really establish whether a man is faithful or not. Whereas the others did say that it is not good, because then you're going to break your own heart. You're not going to like what you've seen. and it's going to cause you a lot of pain. So why don't you spare yourself the pain? This I will leave to individual judgment to do, because while I support the people that said, well, it helps you to be able to find out a man that is truthfully, trustworthy. At the same time, yes, that is the only thing you can gain. And what you gain is not a gain in the end, because number one, you're going to get hurt. Number two, what is done is done. Number three, it could cause even more havoc and more damage than just knowing the truth or knowing that your husband or your partner is unfaithful. It could also cause you a lot of aches. It could cause a lot of distraction to your work. You might not be able to concentrate to do anything. You find yourself being upset all the time because you're saying things that are, that you never ever expect that would happen. Whereas other people that said, why don't you just let everybody, live and just live it, and then, but that I would say is living a lie, because you think someone is really in love with you, they love you, they care about you, whereas they have other activities going on outside of the relationship or outside of the marriage. So it is a personal thing. While I don't support you checking your husband's phone while they're not there, but at the same time, seeing the things that could come out of it, I don't know what other people's view or their opinion is. But in any case, because the program is meant to support us positively, I will say to desist from doing this act, because it could cause a lot of damage. And what I would rather encourage is that couple love each other truthfully, and that you try, even if you have found out situations that you're not happy with, or you don't even have to read the text. Maybe you overheard a conversation, or something goes in your ears, or they don't know you're there and you catch some of the conversation and stuff like that. There are many ways, because women, we are very smart when it comes to things like that. We could easily detect if our husband or our partner is playing game or is having an affair. But then this we bring a huge distrust, and it's cheating. Cheating is one of the biggest tests of a relationship can face. And what we want to discuss before we finish the program today is, then, okay, it has happened. Okay, then you have found out all that you have found out. How do you build up the trust? As I have said, cheating is a very big test in every relationship, because women doesn't take it, very easily or lightly. And it could be the other way. It could be the wife that is cheating on the man, because it is not something that has never happened before. It has happened, and many times we have seen the man being the quiet and the peaceful one in the home, and being the one that is driving the relationship or the marriage forward, whereas the wife is the I don't care one. But because of the love the man has for the wife, he just wants to do everything to make sure that he keeps his wife. But in most cases, I would say 80% of cases, it is the women that is always, or the lady that is always trying to make sure that the relationship, is of good value, it's worth it. Now, before I go on discussing the ways by which we can rebuild trust in our relationship, irrespective of what has happened, I'm going to go on a very short break, about 1 or 2 minutes. Please don't go anywhere. But before I go, I would like to recognize Mrs. Olumide Ademenot Akitoye. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Larry Fash, thank you for joining us. It says, well done. Thank you, brother. God bless you. And Hayaba Esther just say, you are looking so beautiful, ma, with your new look. Thank you. Hayaba Esther George, Mr. Adeaga says, some women don't have shame at all. Promiscuous women, will we visit our crush in different hotel rooms. Yes, you are right. That is true, because some women and women of valor should not. This shouldn't be any practice at all, because if you and in a relationship, and you know your relationship is a stabilized one that is going places. I know, you know, girls sometimes, I mean, who say because they don't know, they don't want to just put their eggs in one basket. Unfortunately, relationship is not like that. You can't, you know, deal with relationship, you know, that is going somewhere, as you can't treat it as not putting your egg in one basket. Yes, they should stop it. I agree. If there is any woman, as a woman of valor, you don't visit, what if you go to visit somebody in an hotel room, what is going to happen? What is your purpose? And but it depends. If you because you can have your guests, you can have uncles, you can have brothers that from overseas country that you go to visit. I'm not saying go don't visit your family, you know, members, but if you have, you could have friends as well that you can visit. I'm not saying, but you don't necessarily have to go to their bedroom. Every hotel has got a lounge. Every hotel has got a reception where they can entertain their guests. But if you know it's probably an ex-boyfriend or a friend, that somebody that has crush on you, and then you go to the four corner of a room locked, just the two of you there, anything can happen, and before you know it, all will be history. So try and desist from this, because this will even cause even more trouble. Yes, Mr. Daga says, even if the man don't have money today, he can become rich man in the future. Yeah, that of course, because you cannot, that's another thing. Some women are after money. Some I've seen recently, I was made aware of a situation that the lady just wanted to send the husband packing, and her reason was just, he's just not contributing, he's just not pulling his weight. I'm the only one responsible for the rent, for the bills, to look after their daughter, and you know, take the child to school and having to go to work, and he just doesn't want to do anything. Yeah, I'm not permitting lazy men. I'm not permitting men that does not want to work. Every man should have something doing. It doesn't matter how small or little, you should still be able to contribute to your marriage, to your home, to your relationship. But to say because your husband hasn't got money, or he is not able to flood you with gifts and items you want to, because of that, you know, go for a richer man. I'm not in support of that, but you know, women have different opinion, and every woman knows what they're looking for. Some just want peace of mind, some just want happiness, some just want, you know, that security of a husband. And you know, but irrespective of your reason for going into a relationship or for getting married, it is good that both parties have something to contribute in the relationship. It's not good for a relationship to be in one way, because then the other that is feeling, you know, that is being loaded will feel somehow at some point that maybe that is the only reason, or that is what the lady wanted from him. Maybe she just wants to milk him dry, or maybe she's a gold digger, or if it's the other way as well, the lady can think the man is a gold digger and just all that wanted from her is just the money. So everybody needs to understand the reason why they are in a relationship and be able to identify, and you know, the way by which they can, you know, drive their relationship forward to whatever they tend to achieve. I'm going to go on a short break now, and when I come back, I'll be discussing on how we can rebuild trust in our relationship. Please don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Omi pupa kò má lè gba iná ìfẹ́ wa. Ìkún omi kò má lè gba ìfẹ́ mi sí ọ̀nà. Olówó orí mi ò ní tèmi. Mo lè ṣe báyìí tọ́la nítorí ìfẹ́ rẹ. Ojú sílẹ̀ bí àdàbà àdọ́gbàdé lọ. darling. Mo fẹ́ olólùfẹ́ mi. Mo fẹ́ oh my honey. Mo fẹ́ oyin ìfẹ́ mi. Ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ tí kò sí mi lórí wọnú ọkàn mi.
Thank you all our viewers at home, and thank you for staying tuned. My name is Yetunde Oloyinka Okeshola. I'm sure you know I've got to mention and introduce myself at the beginning of the program. Thank you all the people that have joined in. I also have a comment from Mr. Adebayo Adeaga. He says, women should take their partner serious no matter their present predicament. That is true, yeah, because no one knows tomorrow. Things can change for good. I remember recently someone was making a joke. Yeah, there are two people that were making a joke, and I was there, and the man said, okay, we were just joking. They were old friends together, like, you know, three of us, we were chatting and discussing. And the man said, because when we were in school, the man had a crush on the girl, on the lady then, well, the lady now, girl then. And we were all just joking. And then he said, oh, you wouldn't have marry me if I ask you to marry me then, because I don't have money then. But thank God that, you know, the man is, you know, well-to-do now, and they just made it a joke. And I was saying that, no, it's not because of that she didn't marry. Say, oh, no, women loves money. Mr. Diaga here is also saying that women love money. Believe if the snake that swallowed the 36 million naira in Nigeria is a man, some women will prefer to date him. Yes. Well, I know women loves money. Everybody loves money. Men even love money too. It's not only women that loves money. So I don't think a woman will know that someone is a snake, and because it's got money, they want to date them. Some women can go to any extent, but yeah, thank you, Shiwadebi, for joining the program. Mrs. Shobi Ojeme is watching. Thank you very much. Naibesta says share. Please help us to share this program so people can benefit. We are learning from each other, one thing or the other, things that will make us to be women of valor, a woman that is strong, bold, and can stand in the times of test and trials in her relationship. Miss Modukbe Folarin is watching as well. Thank you very much. Long time. Hope you're well. Now, I would like to talk about things that we needed to do even when we realized that our relationship or our marriage, we have identified that there has been a mistrust, there has been cheating, we have talked about how we deal with the relationship with our children if we find out anything that happened. As I said earlier, I did say that cheating is a very big test of a relationship, because as long as the partner, the perpetrator, knows that it's been exposed, some will take it in two ways. Either with a bold face and arrogancy and want to call off the shot of the woman, or some will be genuine and humbly apologize to show that, you know, they really don't mean to be, you know, a bad man, or, you know, whatever has happened. A young man recently was saying something which was very clever. He said sometimes men's brain kind of control other parts of their body, even at an instant when they don't really mean to engage in certain activities. Not just only on infidelity now, because a man that sees somebody's purse or something that wanted to take it, or like that is a perpetual, you know, thief that want to like stealing. It's something that has happened in the brain at that particular time and has prompted that person to just go for it. you know. And if the man has no control, this is one thing that is really, you know, good to have control over your mind. When your brain click on doing something instantly, you shouldn't just go for it. You know what they said, as in, you know, you can be quick to hear, but you must be slow in your action. Don't just, if you're the type that you react immediately to things, and you have been falling many few times, and you really feel bad and feel sorry that you do, you know, that you have done these things, you need to try and, you know, help yourself before anyone can help you. It is okay that you apologize, that you said you're sorry, it won't happen again, this and that, but at the end of the day, what if it happens again? What if it doesn't happen with the same person? What if it happens with another person? You know, but the problem is with the person that is cheating, the person that is, you know, as committed, the perpetrator, to, so to say, because there's no other way, there's no other word for it. You need to, you have a lot of work to do with yourself, because your wife or your partner cannot follow you everywhere. Nobody can be monitored. You can't even monitor your wife. Nobody can monitor anybody. But everybody should just be committed to their relationship, to their marriage, and have conscience and know that if it is not a relationship that you really wanted, there is no need to enforce yourself or to be in a relationship now. I'm talking of relationship now, not marriage, because before you get to the stage of marriage, you must have, there must be a sort of trust. If you have issue with trusting your partner before you even go into marriage, then you have a lot of unhappy days ahead of you. But even if there is anything that has happened, you must try and build up that trust in the relationship before the marriage sets in, because it is not good to be in a marriage where your husband, you know, goes out or is making call and you're just all listening ears. You just wanted to, you cannot have peace, you cannot concentrate, you can't do anything. So both parties, because marriage is an institution where a man and a woman, according to the Bible and all the holy books, come together to be joined in holy matrimony, loving one another until they do them part. It is not something that just pick anybody on the street and say, I want to marry you. You must have, you know, gone through certain things together. You must have loved each other to certain extreme that you feel, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And when you're making such commitment to somebody, such person, you don't have to go and be breaking their heart or be causing them to cry all the time. A man said something to me recently and said, you women are very wicked to each other. Okay, you are accusing your husband of infidelity. She is accusing her husband of infidelity. Who is this man having the affair with? Is it with men? No, with ladies. So, I mean, that is a point. So what I will advise fellow women is, when you know a man is taken, respect other people's relationship. Don't go and try and lure yourself onto them. Don't try to get in their pants. Don't try and snoop around. Don't try to break a loving relationship, trying to get in there first or trying to make sure you establish yourself in certain ways by crook or by, you know, whatever means. Everybody should know that there is always, you know, a man for them. There is always, if you haven't found one, I pray that God Almighty will choose for you in Jesus' mighty name. Also, I would like to say now, when you have betrayed your partner or your husband or your wife's trust, it's a deep wound that needs time to heal. Because like physically, if we have a deep cut in our hand, now for example, you don't expect that the minute the cut is there, you know, you put medicine and then it's healed. No, it has to go through the process of first being swollen, being red. There will be redness, there, you know, there will be itching, there will be irritation, there will be lots of, you know, signs and symptoms that are not comfortable. That is even with a physical scar. The same thing with emotional scar. When you scar somebody, when somebody, trusted you and you've gone ahead and betrayed them, depend on the depth of the trust. It's okay, like you find your husband has cheated, slept with someone, that could be easily, you can, forgive and forget and let go. But there are some cheating that it's got the landmark. Say your child, your husband or your partner had a child outside of your relationship. That is a deep cut that needs time to heal. Such cuts does not heal very easily. So all I'm saying is both parties needs to know that it will take time to heal. But as long as you both agree and love each other dearly, you can walk through the process and you will achieve your goal and your aim. Another important thing that you need to bear in mind is to establish the root, the cause of the problem. What, like we establish with our children as well, that if a child starts to steal or you realize, something is happening strange in the life of your children, you don't just overlook it. You want to find out the reason. You want to establish the root, the cause. It could be that it is you, the wife, that is the problem. It could be maybe if it is the wife that has cheated. It could be the husband, because some women I know, because their husband cannot provide for them, they will go sleeping around just to get money for bus pass and money, sleep with another to contribute to the rent even that the man is living. God forgive us, some women. This is not good. This is not good. You can encourage your husband to work. You can encourage your husband to find job. Use your network and support each other so that you can both grow and, you can have a loving family, a loving relationship. Now, you need to identify the root why the man has done what is done, or why the woman has done whatever she has done, because you are trying to rebuild the trust. You have gone past the stage of, okay, I have forgiven you. The day the woman forgave you, or the day the man forgave you, is not the day that the pain is not going to go. To be honest with you, it will keep coming back, because as long as the wound, natural wound, itches and you try to peel it, it becomes fresh again. Because then, you will continue to think, even if it's gone, maybe it's gone so place, or even sometimes genuinely the man will go and do something, that is genuine, and you will be thinking, I don't trust that. Maybe it's gone again to go with his, with whatever he's done. And some occasion, it happens that it could happen that if the man truly said he has not done it before and it is a mistake, it could be a genuine mistake. I'm aware of a family that the husband will go and, sleep with another woman, have a child, come back, the wife will forgive, and then I won't do that again, I will not do, and then the second time, and then it happened again, and then the third time, goodness, I thought, in that situation, the man is not serious and is in that relationship or in that marriage for something else. Because if you're in a relationship for love, and someone that you love truly and dearly, you don't hurt them. Yes, things happen. Yes, mistake happen. Yes, we all can make mistakes. Yes, we are human beings. And like the young man rightly said, that sometimes women will think twice before they do something. Like recently, a friend visited someone that had a crush on her in their apartment. They visited the country and they visited, and because the person knows that if she goes to this person alone, then she's not safe, but she knows that she's somebody that she needed to greet, to say hello to for some reason or the other, and to iron certain things out. This is a kind of example that we can use. You can visit with a friend. You can take any of your, child, if you know the type that go out with your children. You can visit, just to put that barrier to avoid any uneventualities, because this is how women think. If it is a man, they will not think that way. They will just go anywhere. And if anything happens, then it happens. Then that's another. So we need to sit back and think, and not just let the emotions of an instant emotion led us or lead us into something that will cause us to regret and that will cause us pain. Because if you truly love someone, if they're in pain, you will be in pain yourself. And what is the point when you are in a relationship, something that's supposed to be a happy, relationship, and then it's turning sour and you're like not trusting each other again? The last but not the least point that I would like to talk about is to be proactively honest. Now, when you've identified the root of the, sorry to go back a bit, the root of the cause of the problem, it is best to try and guide against it to avoid it happening the next time. The person that has caused the problem will be the one to do a lot of more work because they're the one that know how it happened, what surrounded the situation. Now, the next point and not the least is to be proactively honest. Because don't forget, you're trying to build up the trust. You're the one that has caused this mistrust to happen. So you're the one that needed to do a bit more work. It's not reporting yourself. All you're trying to do, because it is really good and very peaceful if your wife trusts you, if your husband trusts you as a woman of valor, that you said, I'm going to my friend. Your husband is not thinking that you've gone to meet another man in an hotel, or you've gone to do something that is, or you said you're going to a party and you are at the party and you're taking different men's number to kind of go. You say you are going out with your lady friend, and then you ended up with a male friend. And when we have male friends, because there are friends that are male as well, we need to know our boundaries. We need to know to which extent. When you know someone is making a pass at you, you try to create the distance, make the gap. Don't leave room for you and that person to be in the same room together at the same time, because it's not everybody that will control themselves irresistibly. Even if you don't want to, you can be forced into something that you cannot do. If you make noise, yes, there will be allegations, there will be this and that, but then the deed is done. What about your conscience? What about your mind? Is it really what you wanted? So when we say be proactively honest, what I mean by that is, if before you would tell your husband or your wife, I'm going to the shop. Okay. Now that this has happened, you can say, I'm going to the shop to buy this and buy this and buy that. Okay. You are being proactive. Let me use another example. Say you're a man now, you have cheated on your wife. You want to go and you're trying to rebuild the trust. Okay, now that doesn't mean you couldn't go out or you couldn't live your normal life. Of course, everybody deserves to be free. It's just that whatever you do, that your wife will be suspicious all the time. She needs the freedom to be free from suspicion. It's not good in a lady's head. Neither is it good in the man's head to be suspicious all the time. It's very ruining. You cannot concentrate to do anything positive. So what you need to do then is, like, you've gone out with your friend, and then when you're there is nothing stopping you to call your partner or your wife to say, darling, so place, or you can even say, with so here, that will give that lady the confidence to say, oh, okay, oh yeah, thank you, darling, and this and that. That will eradicate the thought immediately, that, oh, maybe it's gone, somewhere else and it's not with the friend. Try and go extra mile to what you will try and explain. If you're really committed to building back the relationship after someone has cheated, it is absolutely essential that you do make a pact. You do make a pact. You need to make that sacrifice. When you're somewhere, if it's not convenient, some people will request for a video call, or they will send their partner or their husband a video call, and if the man rejects it, goodness, the head will go blown, like, oh God, I know you cannot take a, even though the man might not be there, but because there has been a betrayal of trust, then the woman will be suspicious all the time. And none of you, either the wife or the husband or the either partner, needed to live like this. So just for love's sake, just to rebuild the relationship sake, you absolutely, it is essential that if you're committed to your relationship and you really want things to work, you want that trust back, you want the love back, you've got to be able to hit the restart button again. I call it a restart button. You need to hit it again to say, okay, I know I've done wrong. I'm going to make sure I'm going to work towards you trusting me again, because there is nothing as good as you know, going out with a free of mind, knowing that your wife or your husband is not panicking like, oh goodness, I don't know this outing now, what the outcome is going to be, or what this is going to end my relationship, or what this is going to bring to my marriage, you know, because nobody deserves to live in that fear. I'm going to read some of the comments. Mrs. Confirmoma said, trust is very important in a relationship. Thank you, ma'am. I agree with you. Yes, ma'am, very important. And Miss Ella Pat, thank you for joining us on this program. Sister Lutayo, thank you. And she said, if my husband do any rubbish, I would, oh my God, I don't even know if I should read this, but I'm sure all of you have seen it. I will deal with him in a big way. No, Sister Lutayo, that is not what we're trying to promote. We're trying to say that there are ways by which we can bring the trust back. There are ways we can work things together. Don't forget, you used the word, you said husband. You must have had a journey before you get to that stage to say husband and wife. So, dealing with him in a big way is not going to end, you know, something good. It can only end in disaster. So please, let's take some of the advices that we have said earlier. And Miss Ayabesta just say, hi, Auntie Tayo, please take calm easy. Oh, yes, so that's what I've just said. And so that's, I don't care about nonsense husband. I will never forgive that man. Never. My husband to sleep with another woman. I will make sure you cannot do that. Goodness. Well, I will leave you to read all this comment from Miss Olita Olitayo. But yes, women can take things in different ways. And to be honest with you, some women will take it cool, but they're hurting. The one that take it cool, they hurt too deep, and this is why they need the support of the husband or the partner to support them, because if they are not truly and deeply in love, anybody could go, you know, could bad thoughts could come into anybody's mind. But for those that are not, you know, that are very loving, they will really let you know that they are truthfully hurt by your action. And what you need to do, if you really want them, if you want the relationship or you want the marriage, is to support them so that the trust can be rebuilt. Because if they don't trust you in the first place, they will not love you to that extent. No, Ayaba, I won't take it easy. My body is very hot now. Please, Mr. Olutayo, don't be hot. It is well. In Jesus' name. I think we need to have a one-on-one talk. Yeah. Sister Olufunke Shoyemi and my dear sister as well, Sister Olawolesi, they are watching with me. Thank you very much for joining us on this program. And from the Noble People International, any relationship with suspicion don't deserve to stay. That is true. Any relationship with suspicion don't deserve to stay. But when there has been an infidelity in a relationship and the one that the perpetrator has apologized and, you know, made it known that it was a mistake or it has just happened for one reason or the other, and if the couple is willing to, you know, not willing to leave each other, if they are truly in love, there is always room for forgiveness. But either party, whoever has, you know, cheated, should not take the liberty of the forgiveness or the patience of the other party as foolishness, to, you know, to work on it and, you know, be arrogant about it. It's always good if such things happen truthfully and genuinely, You know, people are in relationship for so many reasons, like I said earlier. But if you really want a life partner, and then you want your relationship to work, you want to be in a settled home, and you know this person is the right person for you, you don't want to lose your man or lose your lady just because of one incident. I know of a man that says in a discussion that did say that if my wife, if I know my wife slept with another man, I will not be happy, but I will not leave her. I will only want to know the reason, which is actually one of a very important reason that we mentioned on this program, that you want to establish why. Why did it happen? Why did you sleep with another man? Why did you sleep with another woman? You know, men, when you sleep with a woman, even if it's once, that can bring you something that will last you, you know, be there forever, if you know what I mean. It's my home. I will never leave or quit the marriage. Yes, Ms. Olutayo, you know, marriage is an institution that is of two people. If you, that is, I like that statement you said, that you will never leave or quit your marriage, it's your home. That is very fantastic. So for you not to quit or leave your marriage, you need, if anything happened, I pray to God that nothing of such happened to your marriage or your relationship. But you need to go through all this process in case if anything happens, because, you know, we have to, then your previous comments, I will take is out of anger, and because you can just not imagine sharing your man with anybody. And that is exactly how any woman will feel that loves their husband. He said, it's my husband for life. Amen. I say amen to that. Miss Adeola Prosper, thank you for joining us on this program. Ms. Olutaja, I say nice program. Thank you, Evangelist Adeola. Good evening. Good evening to you. Greetings. Women should learn. No, Ayaba, you. Yeah. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you for joining. Some of these days we'll be bringing few, you know, like a couple of ladies that will have to, you will need to hear their opinion directly on trust. I'm sure one way or the other, you and your husband or you and your partner must have had a situation that is, you know, about mistrust, that makes your husband to be unreliable, that makes your wife to be unreliable. It might not necessarily just be about another woman. It could be with finance. You cannot trust your husband with finance. You can't trust him with spending. It's just a spend that we talked about this some few weeks back. We need to rebuild that relationship back. We need to rebuild the trust, because every relationship, there must be some element of trust. It's good to know and to say, I know of a man I had that said in a group discussion that says, I just want my wife to trust me, whatever I do, wherever I go. Even when people say that your husband is dating somebody, so to say, no, I know my husband cannot do that. And if anybody come and whisper to say, your husband has got a child, so you say, no, it's not my husband. And if that happens, I know there must be a reason for it. Yes, every woman would love to trust their husband to that stage, but can that be a genuine trust? Because nobody wants a fake trust. You don't want to trust someone and knowing that it's only a fake. It's just like sitting on the air, you know, like at the end of the day, it's not a factual, you know, a genuine trust. It's good to have a genuine trust rather than an infatuation, something you're imagining that is how it's supposed to be. We can bring trust to reality, because then it can only strengthen and enhance our love. And I'll tell you, children that are brought up that develop under a relationship where there is trust and love. Trust brings much more love in a relationship, and it's good for two people to just love each other dearly with no compromise. I'm praying this evening that all my viewers today, and those that are still going to watch this program after the program has ended, that God Almighty will uphold your relationship. And as much as you dearly want this to work, it will work for your good, for better, in Jesus' mighty name. Thank you all for joining us on Women of Valor. Please join us again next week, Monday. We will try to be here 5:30 at the latest. It's between 4:30 and 5:30, but today we have events and activities in the daytime, so this program was delayed till this time, but we really still appreciate that you're here with us. And for joining us on all of our program, not just on Women of Valor, from the management and all the noble people media crew. I'm saying thank you very much. I hope your Monday is good, and I pray that your week will be good as well and successful. Thank you for joining us. My name is Yetunde Oluyinka Okeshola. Thank you for joining me, and have a peaceful night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
In every situation, majority, in all circumstances, kò ní padà. Olólùfẹ́ mi ò gbé mi sáyà rẹ̀, olólùfẹ́ mi ò fìfẹ́ bá mi lò. Ká máa gbé ní ìrẹ́pọ̀, ká wà ní ìṣọ̀kan. Ká máa gbé ní ìrẹ́pọ̀, ká wà ní ìṣọ̀kan. Ká dẹ̀ tún fìfẹ́ hàn lórí àwọn ọmọ wa. Ká dẹ̀ tún fìfẹ́ hàn lórí àwọn ọmọ wa. Ká má má ṣe gbèsù láyé nínú ilé wa. Ká má má ṣe gbèsù láyé nínú ilé wa. Olólùfẹ́ mi ò olólùfẹ́ mi ò tèmi. Olólùfẹ́ mi olólùfẹ́ mi ò tèmi. Adúmáradá olólùfẹ́ mi ò tèmi. Èyí fún jọ̀wọ́ olólùfẹ́ mi ò tèmi. Ìwọ lẹni tọkàn mi fẹ́ ò tọkàn mi yàn ò tèmi. Adára bí ọjọ́ olólùfẹ́ mi ò tèmi. Dúró tì mí olólùfẹ́. Má ṣe gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ gan olólùfẹ́ mi ò tèmi. Òdòdó títàn náà olólùfẹ́ mi ò tèmi. Sweetheart yeah olólùfẹ́ mi ò tèmi. I love you tẹ́lí olólùfẹ́ mi ò tèmi. Ìfẹ́ rẹ lọ́kàn mi ó dàbí oró ọ̀fà ò tèmi. Ìfẹ́ rẹ lọ́kàn mi ó dàbí oró ọ̀fà ò tèmi. Fẹ́nu kò mí lẹ́nu olólùfẹ́ mi.
Environs at Aspire Heights Creator at affordable and reasonable price. We have estates in different places. Arium Estate, Abidjan, Lekki, Green Island, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate, Lekki, Peninsula Home Phase 2, Lekki, Royal Flex Estate Phase 3, Lekki. All these and more are our estates with good roads, maximum security, buildings with good structure and well planned. And as far as Ibeju Lekki have good future, you too can come and plan to have your own company. Refineries under construction. Lagos State Smart City, Lekki Free Trade Zone and Lekki Deep Seaport is under construction at Ibeju Lekki International Airport. 60 different Chinese companies for Aspire Heights Creator. Come directly to our office at H56 57 Ikota Shopping Complex, VGC, Lekki Epe Expressway, Ajah, or call Mr. Adeniyi on this number 09070995466 or 08052894614. Aspire Heights Creator says get your properties at affordable prices. Yeah.
Aspire Heights Creator is here for me.
Oh, yes.
Everybody listening, real estate and land agent with 100% guarantee. Aspire Heights